Welcome back. I'm David Ross, one of the co-directors for the Holistic Lifestyles and Entrepreneurial Life Coach program. In this video, we'll continue to explore how to shift self-limiting stories or thought habits that could be getting in the way of allowing yourself to pursue this career. We're going to start with money stories, because that's something that most students encounter when they allow themselves to start to follow their dreams. Now, you might be interested to know that virtually every single person who becomes a student at World School doesn't have the money to attend when they first contact us. Yet they find a way. They find money and/or money finds them. So if you have self-limiting money stories, you're in exactly the same boat as nearly everyone else who's planning to come here. Now, there is no need to let those stories paralyze or slow you. The money, it's coming to you. In fact, just about an hour ago, I received a call from a friend who recently shared with me that she wanted to manifest more money. She called me to celebrate today that she just received a check for more than $2,000 for something she had absolutely no idea she was even owed. Unexpected money comes to us too. Now, before I share with you how to shift your money stories, I'd like to share with you a brief story that a student once shared with us, a story that many have found really encouraging. Now, a prospective student once scheduled an appointment to register for the Holistic Life Coach and Master Body Worker programs without having any money at all to pay for it. In fact, he had just lost his job and expected to be living out of his car in just about 2 weeks. About a week before his appointment here at World School, he ran into an old friend on the street, someone who he hadn't seen in years. When he asked what was up, the prospective student shared about his dream of becoming a coach and a healing body worker, and the fact that he had actually already set up an appointment to register but had no money. His friend then asked if he could come to the meeting so he could learn about the school for himself. And of course, the prospective student said, sure. When the two sat down at the appointment with the admissions advisor, the prospective student admitted that he had no money to register for the program. He explained that the reason he set up the appointment anyway was that he believed that if he wanted it enough and believed strongly enough and took expectant action in the direction of his desires, it would happen for him. At this point, the friend asks how much the program is and then writes a check for $15,000 for the total amount. Now, the student is of course stunned, but admits he can't take it because he doesn't even have enough money for living expenses. And his friend writes then at this point a second check to cover his living expenses for the next year and a half. Now, at this point, the friend explained why he was doing what he was doing. He shared that when they accidentally met the week before, he was on his way to make a donation to charity on behalf of his mother, who had just passed away. He figured that supporting a holistic practitioner and coach would be the best use of the money, so he came to the appointment to see what was possible. Isn't that a cool story? This graduate went on to marry a student in the Life Coach program, and they now have a beautiful child together. So some of you may be inspired that this is possible for you. If you are you willing to really allow yourself to yearn in your heart for this? I sure hope so, because yearning without attachment is so very healthy for us. Now, others of you may be having mind chatter or negative self-talk about this. If that's the case, we want you to know that this really did happen, and it can happen for you, yet typically only if you're willing to be open to having such a thing for yourself occur. All we're asking is, are you open? Now, that reminds me of another story. We once had a student who came to one of our discovery experiences here at the World School. She too shared that she wanted to start the program, yet was absolutely certain that she had no money whatsoever with which to start. The following day, she called us to say she wanted to register because she remembered that she had a savings account with all the money she needed. So in her case, she actually had the money, but her mind had blocked it out because she was telling herself over and over again that she didn't have it. Now, we've also had many students who sell series of sessions in advance of starting their program to raise money to attend. Still others have used web crowdfunding sources like Indiegogo to raise money. Money, it's everywhere. It wants to come to you. Are you open to yearning and receiving while disputing any negative self-talk that says it's not possible? I sure hope you're finding a way of creating value for yourself and watching these videos. That said, I know I said I would share about shifting limiting money stories, yet our time has already come to an end. We'll return to that in our next video, so stay tuned.